Okay, how's everybody doing today? I think I'm live. Of course, my name is Kent. Channel EOS Bitcoin San Diego, EOS Bitcoin Challenge San Diego, EOS San Diego. I'm in San Diego, California. Of course, my name's Kent. The channel name's changed, but the content has not. And today's a good day to make a video. In fact, it's been a good last week to make a video. Should be making more videos, but I've been so busy with other things. But I want to talk today about some of the stuff that's happening here recently. And I want to talk a little bit about, of course, I want to talk about EOS, because people tell me all the time how EOS so underperforms. They're so disappointed in it. It never proves to be anything but a loser, and it never seems to appreciate with the other cryptos that are really having some really good. I already got a comment. Thanks, I appreciate it. Zahid, thanks, Zahid. How are you? I'm good, thanks. Everything's nice. Beautiful weather here in San Diego. Of course, it's usually nice. Sometimes we start getting rain this time of year, but it's been really, really beautiful. So let's take a look at the markets, because the markets have been on fire. Let me change my screen over a little bit. Put it so I can have my whole screen and you can see my browser. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at the markets, because obviously people that follow cryptocurrencies can see what's going on with Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin is $66,000. A very short period of time ago, maybe a few weeks ago, it was 40,000, and playing around quite a while in the probably the 39 to $40,000 range, and then it shot up in the high 50s, maybe 55. I think the last time I did a video was like 55,000. So it went up to 55,000. Now it's 66,000. It's gained another $10,000. So you can imagine. Got another comment. Thanks, Neil Robertson. Thanks. How you doing? So you could see that guys like Michael Saylor, they've been talking about this. You know, it's starting to happen. It's starting to work out the way Saylor and some of these guys are had predicted. This market is going to continue to go up, and I think with everything moving towards digital currencies, Bitcoin is going to go nothing but up. I'm looking for Bitcoin to be 100,000 hopefully very soon, and it's certainly on that, going that way. My wife sent me a TikTok the other day where George Soros is actually buying Bitcoin. So if George Soros, and if you don't know who George Soros is, just Google him. He is like, I think he's almost 100 years old. He's like Henry Kissinger. He will never die. The guy's buying Bitcoin, and when Soros is buying Bitcoin, you better think Bitcoin's definitely in mainstream. It's in the mainstream eyes. They're looking at this. They're looking at very, very well, very hard. And Soros, of course, Jim Rogers, Soros, the Quantum Fund. Like I said, when I was a stockbroker, that was the fund to buy. I don't know how many people I put into the Quantum Fund that were looking to have an investment that was pretty stable. So we'd always stick them in the Quantum Fund. I sold that Quantum Fund for probably 10 years to people that were looking to preserve income, preserve their initial investment, and also grow it very fast. So Quantum was always a big deal. George Soros, Jim Rogers, always been a big deal. Soros is an insider. He's the insider's ultimate insider, and he knows things way ahead of all the rest of us. And if he's buying Bitcoin, believe me, Bitcoin is going to be a pretty good deal. So if you're buying Bitcoin or trying to hold on to Bitcoin, try to hang on to it as long as much as you can, because Bitcoin is definitely in a good place. And I see Bitcoin, like I say, reaching 100,000 here very soon. Ethereum doing very well, $4,000. I don't know what the all-time high on Ethereum is. You're probably getting pretty close to that. Let me see what the all-time high on Ethereum is, if I can pull it up here. Ethereum. All-time high was 43. So yeah, 43 is all-time high. Where are we at right now? We're at 41. So we're getting really close to all-time highs on Ethereum. In my mind, these are your two players, Ethereum and Bitcoin. Stay in those two coins. You're not going to get the 1,000,000% appreciation like the one I told you the other day. I made a video the other day about 2 million, this Shiba coin. You're not going to get that in Ethereum and Bitcoin, but you're going to get good enough money out of Ethereum and Bitcoin that if you got enough money in Ethereum and Bitcoin, you will definitely not have to work and at a job to exist. Rockefeller said, you never get rich by working at a job because all your attention is focused on your job and not on how to get rich. So you get rich by making decisions outside of working for somebody else at a job. You get rich by being able to understand, a opportunity, or be involved with an opportunity, or do something in a way that you have a time to understand and think about it. The main thing about Bitcoin and Ethereum, when I tell this to people, they don't understand it. And of course, they really don't understand it if somebody tells them, oh my gosh, you got this private key, you got to keep it safe, somebody can steal your crypto. And most of people that are in the mainstream or listen to mainstream news are scared of cryptocurrencies because they feel like they're very unregulated. And since they're so unregulated, that if someone steals your crypto or somebody gets your key, that you have no recourse, you have no place to call, you can't get it back, which is unfortunate that they don't take advantage of these opportunities because of just not spending a little time. So you get up, you go to work every day, you never have any time to sit down and fully envelop yourself into something like the cryptocurrency and understand how it works. And of course, you don't have to hold your private keys. You can also, what I always recommend, go through Coinbase. Coinbase is a very regulated company. They're traded on the New York Stock Exchange. In fact, I think I own some. I can't remember how much I own. But anyway, go to Coinbase, set up a Coinbase account. Do it with $100. Do it with $50. Do it with $75. Set up a Coinbase account. Put a little bit of money every week, every month, as much as you can afford into these cryptocurrencies. I think you'll be financially happy. Of course, that's my opinion. That's not what you should do if you haven't studied the cryptocurrencies and kind of understand not to fear them. If you don't fear them, you can't. Now, you won't do anything if you fear it. If you fear it, you won't do anything. So don't fear it, understand it, and then make your own decision. But my recommendation is to do that. Like I say, disclaimers, not advice. Just use your best judgment. But I think that'll be a good play. It's been a good play. How can it not be a good play? It's been a good play for everybody that's done it. And obviously, look at Cardano. Cardano isn't doing much because they're underperforming. Charles Hoskinson spent a lot of time starting his chain, and really nothing's happened since the chain has started. In fact, if anything, it's gone down, even though it's up a few percent today. All these others, Dogecoin, I don't know, man. I bought Dogecoin, and I think I got Dogecoin. I've bought Dogecoin all the way from like 20 cents all the way to 50 cents. I wish I hadn't bought it. But I think something like Doge probably has an opportunity to run up if this other stuff goes crazy, because Doge is the kind that's going to go up a few 100,000% or even a few million% if all of a sudden this crypto business starts really taking off. And for some reason, if it's got a dog meme and it's a cryptocurrency, you don't know. All bets are off. Sky's the limit. It could go up 1,000,000%. Who knows? It's crazy. It's Shiba coin too. Same stuff. And of course, now we have what this channel was built about or talked about from the very beginning, and what we run our application on, a good old EOS down here at $4. And what is it? $4.81. It's still underperforming, and it still hasn't done much. And unfortunately, I don't know that it ever will. Neil Robertson, thanks. Yes, a little scary how fast to hit 66,000. A little scary, but a lot of fun. If you like adrenaline, you like Bitcoin, because it can go up 50. It can go up $5,000 or $6,000 a day, or it can come down. Tomorrow morning it could be back to 55. You never know with Bitcoin. I mean, but you have to have enough in it that you can ride out, the ups and downs. And once you do that, if you bought Bitcoin at $5,000 or $6,000, which you could have a year ago, you're not worried about, a little drop at 66,000. You're not worried about a $66,000 drop down to a $50,000 drop. If you bought it at $6,000, which you could have done about a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, but if you bought it around that range, you're not worried about this. So it's like real estate. Real estate is always expensive. That's why you got to jump in the market and you got to get a little stability, got a little time because if you get a year or two under your belt, as far as owning a piece of property or real estate, especially if it's in a good location, your appreciation after a few years will be enough to where you never have to worry about it going back to that value again, unless there's some crazy world calamity that takes place and everything implodes. But I don't think that's going to happen. People that are telling you that this economy is ready to collapse, they're fear mongering. Generally, if people are fear mongering, they're fear mongering for a reason. Like I always say, like with a guy like Alex Jones, if you listen to Alex Jones can paint a great picture of how bad things are. That you need to have food storage, that you need to worry about, all this good stuff. At the same time, he has advertisers that are selling food products. So in other words, he's telling you, hey, the supply chain's breaking down. We got ships off of the coast that can't unload. Well, I mean, nobody really knows what's going on. I mean, this is just all conjecture on their point. But then at the same time, his sponsors are sponsoring, long-lasting, storable food. And so he's being paid by his sponsors to get you to get upset or get riled up about, the fact that maybe we might have food shortages. I think anybody that's listening to people like that, you need to kind of take a step back and understand that they're doing that for a reason. And the reason they're fear-mongering is, first of all, it gets you hooked on the fear. And the other thing it does is they provide the answer. So if they're saying there's going to be food shortages, guess what? They've got food storage advertisers on that program. Right after he takes a break, he's got everybody to fix the problem he just talked about for the 45 minutes and explained. So be careful of listening to people like Alex Jones or people that are fear-mongering and are telling you that everything's going to collapse. I don't believe that's the case, and I don't believe that's going to happen. There is definitely a transition going on. We are coming into a new time. We're moving into a higher technology, which is digital currencies. We're moving into more technology as far as our everyday lives are concerned. But as far as people, the world going backwards and going into some dark age where everything collapses and, we all start living in caves again, that's preposterous and that's ridiculous. And anybody that wants to buy into that stuff, you're just setting yourself up for failure, and you're setting yourself up for not making a good judgment play right now. And a good judgment play right now would be to buy some cryptocurrencies. So anyway, I got another comment. Let me see. I can't read the comments without Neil. Do you think EOS will go back to where it was? Yeah, we're going to talk about EOS. Evergrande, total collapse and still hanging around. Total collapse. Okay, that's what we're going to talk. We're going to talk about EOS. Because I have a lot of mixed feelings about EOS. And of course, EOS right now, they supposedly have a little bit of money for developers to build on their platform. And I think we were one of the projects that asked for some of that money that they're helping, trying to get people to build, which is a good idea. It's like building a highway. If you build a highway and nobody uses the highway, it's pretty much a waste of time and money. But if the highway has a lot of traffic on it, it's a great idea. It's a great place to be. It's a great place to do commerce. It's a great place to build something along a highway, a business, anything. Well, that's just the way these blockchains are. If you build a blockchain that has no activity, kind of like Cardano, then hey, you're not going to get much. It's not going to go up much. But if you build something that has a lot of usage, then it's going to have a lot of value, and the value could be indeterminable as far as how much it could go up, because things being built on EOS, we have no idea what could be built on EOS and how much it could be, how valuable it could be in the future. Those are all variables we have no way to measure. But I want to bring out one, and I don't think it's in the top page here, but it's Telos. I don't know how many people are familiar with Telos. Let me spell it right. We are launching our challenge application on this blockchain. This is a blockchain it's actually running the EOS.io software, of which Dan Lemmer created, although it's a separate chain. different block producers, different people, different governances. Everything's different, but it is got the same blueprint as EOS. Okay, this is, if you look at this Telos, it has gone up. Let's see how much it's gone up. Okay, the all-time low was 11 months ago. So in 11 months, this Telos has gone up 80,000%. Okay, EOS hasn't gone up. I don't even think it's gone up 5 or 10%. But here is something that's running the same software, just a little bit differently, that's gone up 80,000%. There are going to be opportunities from different applications running on EOS that are going to explode. They're going to go from a few hundredths of a penny to a few cents to maybe even a few dollars. I think Telos has been up to close to $1. These are plays on EOS that's going to make EOS, that eventually will take EOS away from this idea that it's never going to do anything, to the fact that this is the viable solution for the future. And the more that people start to use the software that Dan Larimer created, build on the software Dan Larimer created, it can't not help the price of EOS. It can't not help the price. Even though they've underperformed, they've undervalued, they've done a lot of things wrong. You know, sometimes you look at it and you go, wow, these guys just wanted to buy a bunch of Bitcoin, so they launched EOS. And they did buy a bunch of Bitcoin, and that's another reason why you want to still kind of keep an eyeball on EOS, because they all, Block One has a lot of Bitcoin. A lot of Bitcoin. I can't remember, but it's a lot. And of course, they've made a lot of profit here recently with their Bitcoin. And there's things being built on EOS. We're on EOS, and we're doing very, very well. I don't know what our price is today. It fluctuates, just like these other prices are. I think today it was down. Let me take a look and see how chill. But there's all these projects that are running on the EOS blockchain. If any of these take off and do anything close to 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, a million %, you've got another Dogecoin. You have another coin where you put a few $100s in, and the next thing you know, you got 30 grand. I mean, I've seen that happen a lot. Yeah, we're up a little bit, or actually down a little bit today. But our coin, look at how cheaply that sells. All we need is a little bump here someplace. Somebody to make a notice of it. Somebody to say, wow, they've got 10,000 users. And that's that's basically what we have. We have about 10,000 users using this application almost every day. I mean, it should be worth more than it's worth. And when it becomes worth more than it worth is, and that also helps the EOS blockchain. And if the EOS blockchain takes and reinvests in projects like ours, they can not help but be successful, because the formula works. It's just that people don't understand the formula. Once they understand the formula, they will understand the value, and the value will come along with it. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't understand cryptocurrencies. They're afraid of them. Even more people don't understand how applications work, and they don't understand how blockchains work, and they don't understand the infrastructure and the utility. And that's what's keeping these prices depressed, because they can't just see a meme of a dog and say, wow, I can understand a picture of a dog, Dogecoin, Shiba coin. I can understand that. I'll just throw some money in that and I'll make a lot of money. They don't understand the background. They don't understand the backstories of these projects, and how these projects, by going up in value, can actually help the blockchain. So I got some more comments here. Hi from Sydney. All right, Australia. I love Australia. I hope they will approve a grant for CHL. I do too. We haven't heard anything back from them. We never seem to get lucky on any of those deals. We put a lot of time and effort into them. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'll keep you guys posted. In fact, actually, I did have a promise from EOS Nation to come on the channel and talk. I haven't had anything back from them. Although you got to understand that they are, they just recently got this funding from Block One. So they're probably going to take a little time to sit down and consider, the best way to do it, the most fairest way to do it. And so, yeah, it's not going to be a quick decision. I can guarantee you that. But we're hopeful. We think that it's the right idea. We believe in of course, we believe we've I've talked to the EOS Nation people. They have a good plan. They have a plan where they give back a lot of the rewards for block producers. That's how they've gotten to be the high block producer they are. I think they're number 1 or 2. So they, their ideas, their plans, how they've operated so far has been pretty reasonable, pretty sound. So I have a good feeling that they'll be, that they'll definitely help with projects out. We're hoping to be one of them. So anyway, let me see if I've got anything else here. Okay. Yeah, if you have a comment, just send it to me. I'll be happy to read it. So the thing that's going on with Telos, and why Telos has been so, has gone up so much here recently, is because it's something called the EVM. And it's called the Ethereum Virtual Machine. And I've got it pulled up on the screen right now. I'm going to read it to you. I don't like to read. Most people don't like to hear people read, but I'm going to read this to you because this is very important. It's called a Layer 1 Ethereum Virtual Machine built to power Web 3.0. If there's an exciting thing with the whole cryptocurrency space, it's DeFi. The ability to unlock immeasurable amounts of assets, equities, monies in the world by being able to use those to borrow against them, to do something like that is incalculable. The amount of money available to people that own things that can't get loans from banks or traditional loans from banks, or be able to trade, be able to negotiate, be able to get a loan against, a cryptocurrency or anything is immeasurable. I mean, that if you could unlock all the hidden equity that is in almost, like I say, inflation is incredible. Inflation's going up. Things are going up in value. But to be able to put that on a blockchain and unlock that is incredible. And of course, with DeFi, to be able to leverage your cryptocurrency, be able to borrow against it, be able to do something. That is an incredible opportunity. But the problem is all those places, all those applications are running on Ethereum. And Ethereum is expensive because you have to pay a gas fee every time you do a transaction. The scalability is really, really, really bad. So the DeFi just has not realized its true potential because it's running on a Ethereum proof of work protocol that just then doesn't allow it to expand and grow to the point where it has mass adoption. In come Telos and the EVM. And I'll read this real quick. Telos EVM is a scalable solution for Solidity. Solidity is the program that smart contracts are written on in Ethereum. I think Gavin Woods wrote that Solidity program. Language. I don't know why he did that. I don't know why they went with Solidity. I'd like to see this all go to some sort of JavaScript based language. JavaScript to me is the language of the internet. It interacts with the browser. It compiles very quickly. You can use it on the front end and the back end. Everything, in my opinion, if you want to have a universal language of the internet, it would be JavaScript. So why they did Solidity, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a good enough a programmer to understand the value of a Solidity, but I don't know why they did it. But that's what Ethereum is written in Solidity. So here we go. I'll read it again. Telos EVM is a scalable solution for Solidity-based applications built with the internet of revolutionizing the DeFi landscape, which needs to be done. Unlike other scalable EVMs, Telos EVM is not just a fork of the original Go Ethereum code. It's an entirely new EVM redesigned from the ground up to take full advantage of the power that Telos Technologies has to offer. So technology, meaning that it's written in, it's running on a blockchain that has the ability to do in numerous transactions, because we're on EOS, and EOS has 21 block producers. I don't know how many block producers Telos has. I think they have 21 too. Maybe they have different. If somebody knows in the comments, let me know. But because of that, we don't have to go through the whole process of deciding, the time it takes in order to decide, a contest for the block producer who makes the block. We can do it really quickly, and we can make a lot of transactions very inexpensively. The one thing EOS has done here recently is they made their resources pretty cheap, pretty inexpensive. It's very inexpensive to run an application on EOS versus running an application on Ethereum. Ethereum is really going nowhere. The only reason Ethereum has so much value is because Ethereum has been the launching points of so many ideas. The ERC20 token, the ICOs, have launched so many ideas. That idea in its alone was worth what Telos has basically done, which is I don't know how much Ethereum has done. I mean, the price of Ethereum being 4,130. Like I say, my son told me, I think he bought his first Ethereum like at $14 or $15. In fact, I think, what did he tell me? $14 or $15, and he bought it and he thought he paid too much. So 8,000% right here, 8,241%. All time. I mean, what is this? How many percent from all time low? I'm almost 1,000,000%. 953. It's been worth it because of the ICOs, because of the amount of money that got raised and invested in ideas that are DeFi, that are ideas that are creating ability for people to transact around the world through cryptocurrencies. These were all run, or the ideas not run, but the ideas are developed, the ideas are funded by Ethereum. Now that the ideas have been funded, now you need to have another vehicle, another way for those ideas to materialize in a blockchain that has scalability and a blockchain that is built for that kind of transactional speed. And that's Telos, or EOS, basically EOS Telos. So that's why this is exciting. And I'll go on and read the rest of it. This new approach allows the Telos EVM to avoid the scaling issues that many major EVM alternatives run into. Despite its unique design, Telos EVM offers features parity with Ethereum. This makes it a powerful solution for developers and others looking for an Ethereum virtual machine that can keep up with the demands of mass adoption. So basically what Telos is doing is they're able to run applications that are trying to run on Ethereum that just can't, that are overloading overloading the blockchain. They're overloading it. There are too many transactions. They can't scale. It's too expensive. They're giving you a solution for this. This is an idea that was born through EOS, that is now being perfected through Telos, that is now being connected to Ethereum. This is a big deal. And this is why you're seeing Telos take off, because they have a solution for DeFi. Now, if a lot of these projects move over to Telos, like we're moving to Telos, and when I say move to Telos, that doesn't mean I'm moving away from EOS. We will be running on multiple blockchains. We are running on EOS currently, and we will be running on Telos also, but we don't run on one or the other. Somebody asked me the other day, what is the reason for running on two blockchains at the same time? The reason for running on two blockchains at the same time is, first of all, we get the advantages of having our application run on both blockchains, and we also get the advantage of the communities of both blockchains, and then we also get the advantage of being able to be exposed by both blockchains. So yes, we do run on both blockchains, or will be very soon. So if we haven't done it already, it's part of this upgrade, and I think we're in the 8th or 9th version of the Challenge application. And if you haven't downloaded Challenge, very simple. Just go to Challenge EOS in either the Google Play or the Apple Store, the App Store. Just type in a challenge, CHALLENGE, EOS, just like EOS, and you're going to be able to download the app. And when you download the app, you're automatically going to get some cryptocurrency. You're not going to have to set up a wallet. You're not going to have to pay a gas fee. You're not going to have to pay a resource fee. You're not going to have to go to Rex and get some resources. You will automatically have an EOS account for free. And I believe we give you either a few hundred or a few thousand of our challenge tokens. So you're going to get something for free, and you're going to get a wallet, a place to store your cryptocurrency, and you're going to be a cryptocurrency owner for doing nothing. And basically, all you have to do is own a cell phone and be connected to the internet, and you can get involved with cryptocurrencies and get involved with some of these cryptos that are going up hundreds of thousands of percent, and own one that is basically really low right now, that is being worked on every day, being managed every day, that's being resources are put into every day, that has a potential of doing a 10,000, 20,000, 30,000%. And all you need to do is just go to the App Store or the Google Play Store and download it. That's it. That's as simple as it is. And you don't have to do anything from then on. You don't have to worry about the security. We take care of your resources. You don't have to worry about paying for any kind of transactions or moving it around or do anything you want. You can do anything you want. You can take your whatever username you set up, and you can transfer the challenge tokens any place you want to take them. You can also hold EOS, and I think we have 4 or 5 other different cryptocurrencies. I think we might even have an Ethereum wrap on there. There's a few other things. We're working on it. We're working on some more cryptocurrencies that you can hold on ours. And the reason we do this is because we understand that what keeps people from getting involved with cryptocurrencies is that it gets too complicated. If it's not so simple that all you need to do is download an application and do nothing at that point, people can understand that and do that. If you have to go through buying some EOS, staking your EOS, and then and then paying for every transaction, or paying to do things or not do things, that gets to be a pain in the neck. Just like the wallet that I hate. I hate so much I can't even remember the name of the wallet. So while the train's going through, what is the wallet that I use all the time for my Ethereum? Let me see real quick. MetaMask. I hate MetaMask. I hate it so much I can't ever remember it. So yeah, every time I do anything, I got to do it through MetaMask, and then I can't even figure out what I did. I have to go to the Etherscan, go to the blockchain, and figure out what it is I even did. I hate it. It's just too many steps. Somebody wrote me the other day, wanting to know how to unstake their EOS. How do you unstake your EOS? Well, you got to go to an EOS wallet. You got to have all your information, your private key, and you got to be able to log in there. And then you got to go in there and you got to figure out how to navigate that website or navigate that, Anchor wallet or Scatter or whatever it is you're doing. And I don't even know which one to use anymore. I mean, I use the Anchor wallet. Somebody said that Scatter is not working or working. I don't know. I have no idea. So you got to go in there. You got to figure out how to navigate that, that website. And then you got to unstake it. I think it takes a few days to unstake it. And then you can, or stake it if you're wanting to make a transaction. So it takes time. It's complicated. And that's what's keeping EOS buried at this whatever price it is or whatever place it is. I mean, this is a cryptocurrency that used to be in the top 2 or 3 or 3 or 4 cryptocurrencies in the world. And now it's like, where are we at? Let me go back to, I think it's in the 30s. I mean, like I say, I love EOS, but I also can't figure out why they do some of the things they do. 43, for crying out loud. 43. So this thing has slipped down to 43 from about 4 or 5. I can't remember what it was. The other thing it's done is we got Bitcoin at all-time highs. We got Ethereum within, $100, $200 will be an all-time high. And we got EOS. I mean, you know what EOS's all-time high is? Like $22, $21. So EOS is at $4. I mean, there's so many people have called me or texted me and said, I wished I'd never bought this EOS. It's just been a big, huge, you know, I mean, it hasn't been a failure because my son bought EOS at 51 cents. So yeah, I mean, 51 cents, it's not a loser, but this thing's been all the way up to $22. So yeah, if you're buying anything, you know, after the initial prior launch, you know, you're in the negative. And I own EOS. I don't own a ton of it right now, but I own enough of it to where I wish it would have been in Bitcoin, but I still maintain EOS because the EOS I have is just put away for the future. I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, at $4, I think we got a lot of upway. We got a lot of room to go up. We got a lot of opportunities here for this thing to take off, especially when you got Telos, you got the EVM, you got other things launching on EOS, and all these applications that are running on EOS, like our application, the challenge application, are building value to EOS. So as this starts to happen, as the EVMs take place, as the Ethereum bridge starts to be a little bit gets to happen more often, we get scalability for DeFi, we get mass adoption for DeFi, and all this starts to kind of start running on the EOS blockchain because of the scalability and the usability to EOS. And we start to streamline and make it easier. Just like us, we've made it a lot easier for resources. We're one of the few places you can go, only place maybe, in cryptocurrency where you can actually just download the app and get crypto and have a place for it to be held, a wallet for it to be held, have it be held actually on the application, and do nothing, and then sit back. And if it goes up 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000%, get that appreciation and not have to do anything, not have to figure out any other, side, wallets or some other, figuring out how to stake or unstake or figure out how to do any other stuff. Yeah, it just happens. So that's pretty much it. Okay, let me see if I've got any more comments. Neil Robertson, all the Chinese block producers continuously dump EOS reward hard. Yeah, they could be. Who knows? 10 challenge when you sign up. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Wilford. Thanks, buddy. It's 10. Wilford is the challenge master. He knows everything. He knows way more than I know. Okay, so you get 10 CHL when you sign up. So all you need to do is sign up. You automatically get 10 CHL. Please request them to join the AMA every Friday. Yes. Thank you. I need to, every Friday, my son, Wilford, and the other people involved, City Mills, they do an AMA on Facebook. And I'm not sure, I think it's around 9 or 10 a.m. in the morning on Friday here at Pacific Coast time. But it's attended by people around the world. So I'll have to get the exact time. In fact, I'll post it below. But all you need to do is go to, usually if you go to the last AMA, and at the end of this video, I'll post one of the AMAs, Ask Me Anything, from Challenge. And then you can, from that, you can see, they'll tell you about the next one. In fact, the last one they just did on Friday, what is today? Today is like Tuesday or Monday? Today is Tuesday, I think. Wednesday. Actually, today's Wednesday. So they did one on Friday. So what I'll do is I'll post the Friday AMA, and that will give you, they'll tell you about the upcoming one. And not only that, to give you a lot of great information about, the people that are using it and everything. And we actually sponsored in one of the, we sponsored a, of course, everybody knows my son, that watches his channel, is heavily involved with mixed martial arts, MMA, and we have an MMA fighter that he knows very well that he went to school with, and we sponsored him. So they had a national broadcast, a Bellator fight, and we're one of the sponsors for him. So our challenge logo got seen all over. I don't know if it was on ESPN or one of the sports networks, but the challenge application got all over the sporting world by this AMA fighter that we sponsor, and we're going to be doing some more of that because We know a lot of people in the MMA world, a lot of people that watch fights. So we're going to start putting the challenge is going to become a sponsor of a lot of these mixed martial arts MMA fights that are being done around the world. We're going to start sponsoring more of them because it's a community my son's heavily involved with. Actually, in fact, he'll be fighting here in a week or two. And he's been in this for a while. We have a lot of connections there, so we'll start to promote that. Not to mention the fact I got a daughter that's got 1.4 million, 1.3 million on Instagram. She's going to help us start promoting it. She's got couple million in TikTok. She'll help us promote it. We got a lot of people to help us promote this. When we finally, when we feel like we've got it, so, and the next thing we're waiting for it to happen is we want to have you be able to buy the token on the application. When we get this all settled in and figured out and everything is dialed in, and we're very, very close to having it completely dialed in, so that we think we've got a bulletproof, absolute easiest application you've ever used in your life. Everything is just works smoothly, it works easily, and now we can take on the numbers. You're not gonna break something because you overload your something breaks. You don't want things to break. You don't want something. So yeah, we're finally getting it all dialed in. We're very, very close, probably within a few, maybe week or days, till we get this final version done and figured out. And then yeah, we will start pushing. So please request them to join the AMA Friday, and also don't you join this Friday. Okay, they want me to join every Friday, and also why don't you join? I will join. I'd be happy to join. The only problem is I'm very much a late night person. So like 9 o'clock in the morning, I don't even know if I can even, make an intelligent sentence. Not that I can make an intelligent sentence any other time, but at 9 a.m. I'm really having a hard time making intelligent sentences. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. So, yeah, if anybody else has anything, let me know. Put it in the comments below. I will be running a challenge for anybody that wants to watch, comment, and subscribe to this channel on Challenge app. I will be giving away, I'm going to give away 1,000 CHL. So if you want 1,000 challenge tokens for free, not necessarily for free, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to watch this video and subscribe and comment. But if you do that, I'll give you 1,000 challenge tokens. So all you need to do is go download it, the Google Play or Apple App Store. Download the app and just screenshot it, send it to me on the app, and bang, I'm going to reward you with 1,000 challenge tokens. So if you want 1,000 cryptocurrency tokens trading at very low prices right now, that has extreme upside potential, and that you don't have to manage, you don't have to worry about somebody stealing, you don't have to worry about keeping your private key, you don't have to worry about, some hacker getting into your account. If you want that, I'd be happy to do that for you. Just watch this video, subscribe and comment, and boom, you're going to get 1,000 challenge tokens. And just download the application. You're going to get 1,000 challenge tokens. And you will start to get involved with cryptocurrencies. People in cryptocurrency right now have made enormous amounts of money. If you want to work at a job and you want to give your time to somebody else, and you want to hope and pray that you don't first of all, don't lose your job. Secondly, that you get paid enough money for your time that you can actually exist, buy a house, rent a house, buy a car, have transportation, have food and everything like that. If you want to play that game, find a job, do the best you can do it. I don't care. But if you want to get involved with investing, like Rockefeller says, if you want to find a way to be able to have the freedom of time to be able to look at things, research things, and make intelligent ideas on how to improve your financial condition, your financial situation, do crypto. Just start learning crypto. These things are going up 1,000,000%. 10,000%, 5,000%, every single one of them. You know, and it's going to get better. You see, I mean, let me tell you, if Bitcoin hits 100,000 bucks, these cryptos are all going to go up. So why spend your days working at a job you don't like when all you need to do is invest a little bit of time in understanding how cryptocurrencies work? That's what I did. Like I always tell people, I'd say about 98% of my life has been a total failure. About 2% of my life has been a complete success. And I'd say the 2% of my life that's been a complete success is cryptocurrencies. Ever since I got into cryptocurrencies, I believe I've been a success. It's affected the way I feel about myself. It's affected the way I think about the world. It's made me more optimistic. It's made me more interested in understanding it, and made me have a reason to get excited about things and get some energy about my life. You know, I'm 61 years old. You know, when you get to my age, you can either do one or two things. You can reinvigorate yourself with something that holds your interest, keeps your interest, and something you can get excited about, or you can dwell on the past and all the previous mistakes and sit around and feel, sorry for yourself. You can do one of two things. I happen to believe, and thank God, I had a son that was involved with this, that cryptocurrencies is a good way to get reinvigorated in life, get excited about life. There's so many negative things going on. We've got COVID going on. We have people losing jobs. We have, a currency that's being devalued every day. We have so much turmoil in the world. We have countries having trade wars with one another. I was in Mexico yesterday, and I was told that right now they're keeping people that are not vaccinated from coming into this country that are of Mexican citizenship or Mexican citizens. I think they're going to lift it, and I'm not sure that this information is right, so please don't take it 100% accurate, because I just heard this from somebody on the street as I was down there walking around. So, I mean, we got all these problems going on in the world, and then not to mention the fact that they're always threatening to close the border. But there's a few light spots, and this is one of the really, really bright spots. And this will make you happy, and this will make you prosperous, and this will get you excited about being alive. So this is, in my opinion, one of the best places to be. I'm glad I'm here. I hope